Hi folks, Pete Yetton here, Managing Director of Remarkable Law Consultancy, HE and Immigration UKVI Specialists, and have been since 2009-10. We've been within the sector since 2013, and the consultancy has been going from strength to strength for the last 4 years. I'm in the middle of a contract right now. Thought I'd take 5 minutes out of my day just to have a chat with you and post it on LinkedIn, under 5 minutes, very, very quick. And it's about one topic, which is UKVI audits. And there's a number of institutions right now who are on action plans, about 4 of them. And there's a number of institutions beyond that that are breaching their basic compliance assessment metrics, either one or all 3. There's a reason behind this, and there's also a solution. The solution I'll touch with first, it's contact myself, right? I can either I can give you run you through an audit process, but preferably, and what happens for all my contracts, and we've had 6 so far in the last sort of 4 years, is I'll contract with you for a period of 3 to 6 months, or even potentially a year. And I'll give you a really good overview of your entire business, from strategy down to recruitment and graduation. And I'll look at every part of your business. Is the strategy of what you're trying to achieve from a recruitment strategy, communication strategy, and beyond, international? Is that feeding down? Is everyone understanding it? And are your systems and processes and support networks in place to make sure that your new student is actually going to be filtered through and going to have a good journey? So let's just talk on the subject of why we're in this position right now, and I think COVID plays a massive part in it. So 2019, we were still bathing in really high-risk markets, and high-risk markets are deemed by the UKVI to be these areas of developing countries that are going through either geopolitical unrest, civil unrest, or there's been a natural disaster that has really impacted the country, and all of a sudden now people need to find a different route, which normally is education, and the UKVI have got to pick between who's genuine and who's not. So they deem high risk and low risk. So we dealt with all these high-risk countries for years really well, good levels of governance, good levels of due diligence, good compliance, good processes in the sector. We talked between ourselves, really good lobbying groups, we'd all meet up. COVID came, we lost the office environment where a lot was shared by osmosis, a lot of issues were then resolved. We went to this office working from home environment, and then lobbying groups we couldn't meet. We then looked at the governance in these countries just collapsed, and the job markets then collapsed, and then we saw this massive influx of people that want to become students from high-risk nations that were then deemed as high risk by the UKVI. But our structures were in place some of the structures, for universities and industries and private providers were really set up for like lower risk in certain terms. And lower risk countries, we lost some lower risk education recruitment because they just didn't want to have that hybrid learning platform. So then we go to June of 2022. We're then going back to trying to get business as usual, but we're still hybrid working. We've lost good people from the sector who knew about the processes. We've gained new people who don't know the processes. We've had new attendance policy brought in by the UKVI, and all of a sudden now everything has changed, and we're expected to be operating as we were back in 2019, which is really not possible, right? So everyone's doing an amazing job from what I can see. All the people that I've contracted with, I think they're fantastic. They're really get the compliance journey, they get the student journey. But what I'll do is I'll come in and I'll look at what you're trying to achieve. Is it achievable with your current process, your current structure, and your collaboration between each department? And I really do move you guys from a reactive areas to proactive areas so you can all see each other. Because I find that with the majority of my contracts I've been involved with, you're all like separate boats, but you're all pointing in the same direction, you're all rowing in the same direction. But there's a bit of fog in between you all because things have just changed. So I clear the fog, and I join you all together so you're on the same journey. In 2013, when I came in, I rebranded compliance risk management into a collaborative duty of care, something that the sector took hold of. I was on the speaker circuit for a number of years. I ended up winning a national award in 2021 because of my integrity within business. And we really morphed how we viewed compliance within the sector. And now we've moved into this collaborative piece, which really works. It can't sit on 2 people's shoulders. The roles are the strategies are too big, and therefore there is a collaboration that's needed. And our academic partners, don't forget, is the UKVI, it's your institution, it's your staff within the institution, and it's the students themselves. So if you need my help at all to either reframe some of this or have a chat, contact me on pete@remarkablelaw.com, or my website is remarkablelawconsultancy.com. And pete@remarkablelawconsultancy.com. And I will have a chat about what your needs and requirements are, and it might even just be training. Okay, have a wonderful day, month, and year if I don't hear from you. Stay productive and stay collaborative.